Hey guys, what's going on? So Tom Brady, 7 championships, 7 rings. That's just absolutely unreal. I mean, it's really just insane when you think about it. It's so crazy. He's obviously the GOAT. I mean, we've known that for a while, but just more Super Bowl rings than any franchise, than any NFL franchise. He himself has more Super Bowl rings than any franchise. That's just absolutely crazy. Obviously, I wish this game was a little more entertaining. I wish this game was a little closer, but this game just really didn't even seem close. From like the end of the first quarter, I would say, it just seemed, even when the score was close, that the Buccaneers were going to win this game and that they were just the better team all around. I mean, when the Kansas City Chiefs punter is messing up his punts, that's when you know, like, oh, things really aren't going good for the Chiefs right now. That's when you know, like, oh, this team just isn't clicking right now. When special teams is a disaster, it's like, oh no, this isn't going to be good. So obviously, the offensive line was a concern coming into this game for the Chiefs, with Fisher being injured in the last game and obviously not being able to play in tonight's game. And, you know, just thinking back to what this Buccaneers defensive line did versus Green Bay. That Green Bay offensive line played well versus the Rams. But then the next week versus the Buccaneers, the Green Bay offensive line did not look good. So, you know, just thinking about what that Buccaneers defensive line did versus Green Bay and the situation Kansas City's offensive line was in coming into this game, I think a lot of people realized, oh, the Kansas City offensive line could have trouble tonight. But I don't think anyone realized they would have this much trouble. I mean, Patrick Mahomes had no time. He was running all over the place to try to just throw the football. I mean, Mahomes had to run just so many yards back to be able to, you know, have the chance to throw the football. And yeah, the offensive line wasn't playing good, but these wide receivers couldn't catch the ball. I mean, there were some crazy throws he made, like how long he extended these plays and then ended up making a crazy throw while being dragged down multiple times. And that last crazy throw, when he was basically parallel to the ground, he ended up throwing the ball while he was parallel to the ground. So, you know, that's just like all arm strength there. So obviously a crazy throw that he was able to, you know, even throw it in that situation while basically like being airborne. And then he hits the wide receiver in the face mask. It's crazy. Like, you know, Patrick Mahomes, his stats from this game are definitely terrible, but it really wasn't on him tonight 100%. Yeah, I wouldn't say he played great, but he was doing, you know, the most he could, I feel, in the situation, because he really was just running away as soon as the ball was snapped because this offensive line was just getting destroyed. I'm sure you can see the Giants stuff in the background there. So speaking of this Buccaneers defensive line, shout out to Jason Pierre-Paul. As a Giants fan, I'm super happy to see him win another Super Bowl. They pointed this out on the broadcast. He's undefeated in the playoffs with both the Buccaneers and the Giants. So I'm happy to see him win another Super Bowl. I never knew why the Giants traded him, but yeah, not going to talk about that now because we're talking about the Super Bowl. But this Buccaneers offense, let's talk about this Buccaneers offense. It's just so well balanced. Like, Tom Brady obviously was doing his thing. Gronk just was like fully back tonight. He's like, hey, I'm Gronk, I'm back. Like old Gronk. Like, you guys thought I was old and not playing well? Yeah, 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl, not a big deal. So obviously Tom Brady and Gronk had a great game, but the Buccaneers run game was also just working so well. Leonard Fournette had some crazy runs, and it's just like this offense could not be stopped. It was just perfect, really. The offense was just running perfectly. Obviously, the Chiefs' offense was running the opposite of perfect. I mean, the Chiefs' offense was a mess, and you got to give a lot of credit to the Buccaneers' defense and Todd Bowles and how they prepared for this Chiefs' offense and really shut this Chiefs' offense down like we've seen no team do before. They really shut them down. I don't think I've ever seen Patrick Mahomes play this bad. So really, this Buccaneers defense is special. But listen, I think the Chiefs are going to be back. I think they can still be that dynasty. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes is still an incredible football player. And yeah, I think Brady could be back as well. Like, who knows? Brady could be back as well. Maybe we're going to get Chiefs versus Buccaneers again in the Super Bowl because Brady just doesn't look old at all. I mean, football-wise, he doesn't look old, but like also, have you guys seen his face? Like, it really doesn't look old. Like, he looks very young. He has like no wrinkles. It's kind of confusing. I really don't think I will look that young at that age. That's it for this video, guys. Make sure you drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe. Peace out.